Hello, everybody. This is Raman from sunny Seattle. Can you imagine that? Yeah, we have lots of sun and spring full on. So I hope you also have spring in your locations. So welcome to, I lost the count of the days. So welcome to Thursday. I'm happy that we all made it already to almost the end of this course. I wanted to just do a quick recap what we've achieved already. We already know almost all the basics about all our chakras, and we tried many different clearing techniques, and today we're going to expand our knowledge about the thoughtless awareness, as we call it, and we'll try to introspect on it, meditate on it, and go a little bit deeper on this subject. Also, I wanted to say that we have a great news from our team. Hopefully you'll enjoy this news as well. We're going to be introducing a next step of this course. Can you please put the slide? Yes, thank you. So we're going to introduce a second chapter of 21 days course, which is called Going Deeper. And it will start on Saturday, April 2, and will go through Friday, April 22. The same time, the same link, I suppose, but we're gonna go deeper, as it says in the title. We honestly received lots of requests from participants, so we were really happy to see that it was mostly coming from your side, and we of course are happy to offer this second chapter. So we'll continue to deepen in our understanding and practice of Sahaja Yoga and meditation in your daily life. We'll learn more about chakras and even more clearing techniques, more specific, I would say. And also we will welcome new people to join as well. During the 1 week break, which we're gonna have after this course, before starting the second chapter, we would encourage you to meditate. Keep meditating on your own, and also, check how you do it without our help or our company. And also, we will request you to fill one document. Can we pull the document, Google document that we're gonna request? Okay, we'll show it later. So also we will have a bonus workshop this week on Saturday with experienced Sahaja Yoga practitioners, and we're gonna try techniques, and also we'll offer one-to-one sessions and breakout rooms, so you can share your experience or work on your specific aspect or chakra with our Sahaja Yogis. So that's gonna happen this Saturday, same time, same link again. Can tech team please show the Google document for mentors? Okay. Anyway,
we can show it later.
Yeah, we're gonna show it in the end. So just really honest request, please today stay till the end of the sessions, because it's gonna be important to figure out the situations with mentors and how we go about this. We're gonna show it in the end of this session. So coming to today's session, we have beautiful leads today, amazing team of leads. First of the leads will be Wendy, which is already well known in this course. So if you forgive me, I'll skip the introduction. Okay, Wendy?
I don't exist.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
No, I'm so glad to be here today, and I live in Los Angeles, and it's wonderful to be here with you. It's meant a great deal, and we are setting up some survivor groups for people who want some support, and there will be a men's group and a women's group. So if that's something that's important to you, you can let us know in the chat, and eventually we'll get that going for you.
Yeah. Can you just explain? Survivor means survivors of
a survivor of trauma, usually childhood trauma, and it means that you have extreme symptoms. And there's so many people interested in the meditative techniques for getting beyond this, that we're setting up some special programs for that. And we just wanted to let people know about that.
That is really, really beautiful, and I'm sure it's needed. I can totally agree with that. Thank you, Wendy. Nice to see you. Okay, next lead for today is our beautiful Vivek, which you all also know. Hello, brother. How are you? Okay. he has some surprise for us, I think. Vivek is joining
Can you
us
hear me
today.
now? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mic is a little weird and it always fails me at the last minute when it is really needed. So sorry about that.
It's okay. It's okay. We're happy to see you again today. Beautiful, shining face. And also, we'll have a beautiful musician, Prateek. He will join us from Virginia. Hello, Prateek.
Hi, hello everyone.
Welcome. Welcome. Prateek is playing harmonium and also is singing. And he learned it by himself, I suppose, as far as I know. So yeah, give us a little like small introduction, please.
We met yesterday and today I'll not be playing harmonium, but I'll be just singing some verses from Pasayadan, which is written by Saint Gyaneshwar, and I will be explaining the meaning of it while I sing, and it's really beautiful and want to share with you all.
I'm pretty sure it's beautiful. Looking forward to it. Thank you, Pratik. Um, One more announcement before we start. If you're joining us for the first time, let us know in the chat or by raising your hand. Let's take a minute to fill the water for the food soak if you haven't done it yet. Please, Wendy, go ahead.
So we're just going to give you 1 minute. Well, hello everyone. It's awesome. We're at day 20, almost 3 full weeks of our program. And I can just only say for myself that it has been such a beautiful journey. And sharing this journey with you has helped me to grow in my own ascent so much. It's just beautiful to have people from all over the country. We're going to begin with our foot soak, and it won't be a long one, but we'll begin with our foot soak just to help get us in the meditative mode. And some people have been asking how we give a bandhan. So we'll show that in a minute. First, let's raise our kundalinis and give ourselves a bandhan. And it's good to do this when we do it nice and slowly and with our attention. And see if we can feel more strands of the kundalini rising in our spine and being tied above our head. And also we're going to put our attention on our right hand as we give a bandhan. We may be able to feel the cool vibrations being drawn like a protection around our chakras. Also the balancing of our channels begins with the bandhan. Mark. So there were some questions about what it looks like when we actually give vibrations to our foot soak water. At the end, it's full of all the sort of heavy vibrations that have been pulled out of our chakras. But at the beginning, we have this pure water, and we want to vibrate it. So we're going to tip down to show you how we do that. Here we are. We're going to. I always like to put my left hand towards the photograph, and then with my right hand, which is the hand of action, I just bond on the water. You know, some people do it 3 times, some people more. And then I like to hold my hand over the foot soak water until I feel the water go cool. And some of us, we're not feeling so much in our hands yet, so that's fine. It doesn't mean that when you give a bandhan, you're not helping to make the water clear and vibrated. So now we'll come back up. And we're ready to put our feet in our foot soak. We're going to balance our channels here. Very simply. And the nice thing to do is to sit. And if we could put a photograph of Shri Mataji on the screen, that would be nice. And we can look at Shri Mataji, at her photograph, and see what we're feeling in the palms of our hands. And the nice thing about starting out by seeing what we feel in our hands and inside our subtle body is then at the end of our meditation, we can see the difference that meditation has made for us. So now, let's balance our channels. We'll start by balancing the left side channel. We'll take our right hand and point it towards the Mother Earth. If we're sitting, we can just point that right hand towards the earth. And let's desire inside of ourselves to be completely free from anything holding us back on our emotional side. The left side channel is the channel of pure desire. And we can express this in our hearts. Now let's say 4 times the affirmation for the first chakra, Muladhara chakra. We'll say this to ourselves: Mother, please give me the innocence of a child. Now we can take our right hand and put it palm up in our lap. And we'll take our left hand, bend our elbow, let our fingertips point towards the ceiling. And this allows all the heat from too much thinking, from overactive right side, planning and doing, allows it to be vented and released. And because the right side convinces us we are the doer, which is very far from the truth, let's say together 4 times to ourselves, Mother, I am not the doer. That's nice. Now we can put our left hand down, palm up, both hands palm up in our lap. Very gently, with a very gentle focus, put our awareness at the top of our head. We never need to have an intense focus when we meditate. We just need to relax and allow it to happen. It's a spontaneous thing. that will happen if we just relax and allow it to. We'll just take some cleansing breaths together. 3 cleansing breaths. Take a nice deep breath in. Hold it for a few seconds and then exhale. And as we breathe out, let's just breathe all the tension, all the stress out from our day. And we'll do this 3 times together. And we can take the picture down. And what we can do is just put our foot soaks to the side. We are just going to put those away later. And of course, we realize we need to have a dedicated foot soak bowl. A bowl we use only for that because some heavy things, heavy vibrational things come out into the foot soak. And we also want to be sure that we pour it into the toilet and flush the toilet after we're done, just to double checking. We all remember that we're doing that. So today, before we start our meditation, we thought because we've reached a point where we're about to embark on a week on our own journey, we would talk about what the rhythm of a daily meditation is. What is the rhythm that keeps our subtle system in balance so that we can feel centered and our chakras can be as clear as possible? And obviously, these aren't strict rules. This is just giving you an idea of how our day might go. So when we wake up in the morning is when we're often the quietest because we haven't been doing things all day and we haven't been thinking. So we're naturally quieter. So when we get up in the morning, it's really great to sit down and meditate fairly quickly. If you're a left-sided person, you're going to want to take that 15-minute walk. Some people like to have a cup of tea. But, fairly quickly, we sit down and we carve out 15 or 20 minutes to sit and meditate. And I'm just being realistic. People will tell you you can touch quiet in 10 minutes, but it's kind of a little tough. So you want to give yourself enough time to touch it in the morning. And we're not going to work on our chakras so much. We're going to just allow our kundalini to spontaneously rise. Well, obviously, we're going to raise our kundalini, give a bandhan, sit down in front of mother's photograph. And sometimes there are things that help us to go quiet, like lighting a little incense. For me, I have a meditation shawl I've been using for many years. I just put that on, and I instantly go into the mode. So we have our morning meditation, which is very nice. And then at the end, we also give ourselves a bandhan and raise the kundalini and go around having our breakfast and so on. And when we go out of the house, one of the things that can help to keep us in the center is to also raise our kundalini and give ourselves a bandhan when we leave the house. And then just check, is my kundalini up? When I first came into Saj, I had this awful boss, and I would always go on my bathroom break to check that my kundalini was up. And I swear, it really helped a lot. So we've gone out of the house, we've given ourselves a bandhan, and we're out in the world. And that's a place where we have less control. We might have a boss that comes and gets very angry at us. We might have things falling apart for our work, a project that's not working, a computer program that's crashing, and there are challenges. So during the day, what we want to do is introspect. And introspection, we've been talking about clearing our chakras and meditating, going into thoughtless awareness, and even touching thoughtless awareness for 5 minutes, that's awesome. That's a revolution, right? That's amazing. So here we are. What is introspection? Introspection is watching how we react to things and people and things that are happening. So what we're doing is starting to establish the witness state throughout our day. We're stepping back and watching ourselves react to whatever's happening. If there's something that upsets us, we just watch the reaction as if from a distance, as if we're in a movie theater, sitting in the seats, watching our reaction from a distance on the screen. And it's very helpful because this strengthens this ability to be in the witness state, which helps us to actually have so many coping skills for life. It's incredible. And it keeps us from catching on negative things that are happening around us. So someone who's very angry might come in, and we would see them very angry, and you actually feel this compassion. Oh my God, this person is so sad. And you feel this compassion, and you pull them into your good mood instead of being pulled into their bad mood, which is a real skill, and it's very helpful. So then we come home in the evening, and this is after we've had a tough day of work, and maybe our chakras have gotten a little out of balance, our channels are off balance. This is when we want to foot soak and work on our chakras and do all these beautiful things we've learned. You know, if we've been really right-sided and thinking a lot and all that, we'll put the ice on our liver. If we're just feeling, very upset or sad or whatever, we can work on candling the left side. But we'll do this in the evening, and which is lovely. And then when we go to bed, one last little cherry on the top of the sundae is just check our vibrations when we go to sleep. So we raise the kundalini, and then right before you put your head on the pillow, you just check. And maybe one of your hands is more sensitive, maybe the left hand is more sensitive, and you can just see, I can feel strands of the kundalini. And if we don't feel it flowing, we can just, like Linda showed us earlier on the first day, I think it was, you can just raise the kundalini a few times until you feel it coming out the top of your head. Okay, so now we're going to have our meditation. I'd really like to encourage everyone to consider being in touch with a mentor over this week that we're off, which would be somebody who can, give you tips or support during the week, help you learn how to meditate on your own, how to go quiet, what if you have questions. And we're going to be setting that up at the end of the program. But now I'm going to take my glasses off. It's really nice if you have glasses on. You can just take your glasses off, and we can bring the photograph of Shri Mataji up on the screen. And we're going to be focusing on the center channel, which is the channel where we're in the present moment, and we want these chakras to be open as much as possible, so as many strands of the kundalini as possible can rise, because the kundalini is a very thick rope. So the more strands of the kundalini that rise, the more quiet we are inside. So we'll just close our eyes and let's bring our attention inside and just spend a moment seeing what's happening. We might have thoughts or feelings rising and falling. It's not important. We just let them go by. So let's begin at the first chakra, the chakra of innocence. And this chakra may be covered over a little bit, because in America we don't always respect innocence. We don't respect the childlike qualities that we all have. But we don't need to worry about that, because nothing can ever take away your innocence. So you can feel confident in that. So we'll put our attention on the Muladhara chakra at the base of the spine. It's what supports our kundalini. So we want it to be strong because it helps to support more of the kundalini to rise. And we're going to do a very simple version of Om. Om is a chakra. Om is a sound that represents innocence within us and also really helps to open up the center heart. So it's 3 distinct sounds, and we'll just say 4 sets of Om together. Ah, U, and M. So we can just see, how does that make us feel inside? Let's take our right hand and put it on our center heart. If you're having a lot of thoughts, you can open your eyes and look at Shri Mataji's photo, but if you're feeling pretty peaceful, we can just keep our eyes closed to help us keep our attention inside. And the center heart is where courage resides within us, where the courage to be completely free takes place, to be the spirit, to be in peace and quiet and harmony. The qualities that take this away are when we're frightened, or when something unexpected happens, that's a shock. Or maybe when we feel not supported by people, but this isn't important because we have each other now. We have this group, this amazing group of our peers that will support us, and Shri Mataji, who will support us. So there's no need to be afraid. We're going to say the simple mantra, Jagadamba, and we begin the very first time we say Jai Jagadamba. But it's 12 Jagadambas, and this sound, if you put your hand and you press firmly on the bone in your chest here, you'll feel it vibrating when you make this sound, and this is what opens the center heart chakra. So let's say 12 times together, Jai Jagadamba. Jaya Jagadamba, 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 Jagadamba. We can take our hand and put it palm up in our lap and just put our awareness very gently inside our heart. just focus on our breath as we breathe in and out and allow our heart chakra to open. Now we can take the palm of our right hand and put it across our throat where we swallow, just giving some vibrations to this chakra, the Vishuddhi chakra in the throat, which is where we feel our connection to each other and our connection to something bigger and greater and more perfect than ourselves. And let's just allow all the muscles on our face to relax, our jaw to relax, and our throat where we swallow to open. And let's just ask our Mother Kundalini, please help me feel part of something greater than myself. Please let me feel my connection to others. So we'll take our right hand down, but let's just keep our attention very gently in our throat, in the Vishuddhi. See if we can allow or feel the chakra relaxing and opening. Now we can move our attention to the very top of our head. Again, a gentle focus, no need to concentrate. And let's just desire in our hearts to be completely integrated, completely at peace, and completely one with our spirit. Let's just desire to go deeply into the quiet. can open our eyes as we're coming towards the end of our meditation. We can take the photo off the screen, and we are about to have a wonderful video by Shri Mataji. She's talking about collectivity and the beauty of this Vishuddhi chakra. And then we're going to have a wonderful performance by Prateek, who did such a beautiful meditation at the second part of last night's meeting. And it turns out he's a singer. I mean, what can't the guy do, right? So we're really looking forward to that. So the best thing we can do while we listen to Shri Mataji's video is just keep our attention at the top of our head and just allow ourselves to imbibe what she's explaining. And then, of course, the music.
But the basis of collectivity, the foundation of collectivity is very deep. And the deep understanding can only tell you that the basis of collectivity is detached love. Love is the only way. It's not possible to have collectivity unless and until you have detached love. French have been good at so many types of love that they have been talking about. And they have written books after books, novels after novels, and have created lots of romantic and unromantic and all kinds of atmospheres to talk of love. But the pure love, as we understand in Sahaja Yoga, is to be now expressed by Sahaja Yogis among themselves. After all, we are all human beings made by one God. And that we are all Sahaja Yogis created by one mother. So there should be no misunderstanding between us of any kind. But we must know what sometimes makes us little different. If we can understand the problems that we face, then it would be much easier for us to see why our love becomes so attached and not so detached. Starts becoming smaller and smaller, then a person just starts loving oneself only. One of the main reasons that we have this problem is because of our conditionings. We are conditioned the way that we don't know how to love. When I see the advertisements in the West, I don't know from where the West starts and where it ends and from where the East ends. But they talk of West and East, but I don't know which is the demarcating line. Can anybody tell me that? Where do we start, East and West? Because it's one round world, you see. But somehow or other there is some line, unknown line, underlying line, which creates sometimes this East and West, two types of conditionings. So when I see some advertisements, they show about, recently I saw about James Bond, that he is free to kill, and the best film for revenge. This is the advertisement. If revenge is the best way of fulfillment, then how can we love someone? So this kind of conditioning comes to us from outside, that we should not forgive anyone, we should take the revenge. And if you do not take the revenge, then you are not worthy your name. So if you cannot take the revenge, like a duel that they used to have in France quite a lot between the two persons, they would take two guns and kill each other. I mean, what a stupid idea it was. Just think of it in modern times. But it was so. So if the revenge is not taken, then it was thought to be something very sly, very low level. So a person must take revenge. History shows also the same things, that one had to take a revenge of another person who has harmed you in any way, troubled you. I think is the quality of a snake, they say. That if you step onto any snake, it follows you all his life to take the revenge. The only thing that it does all its life is to run after that person who has, by mistake, put the foot on its body. In the same way, a human endeavor I have seen in so many novels is suggested how a man gets after a person who has some way or other harmed. If we go on like this, there's no end to it. Firstly, it is absolutely absurd. For that, I will give you an example of Buddha. Very much I have been impressed by the way he said once, somebody who insulted him and abused him and said all kinds of horrible words. Then Buddha went to another village. Now this fellow felt the remorse and he went back. And said, "Sir, I'm sorry, I've said these things to you. I'm really very sorry." He said, "What?" "When?" He said, "Yesterday." He said, "Yesterday is finished now. You are now with me today. So why are you talking about yesterday? It's finished."
Let's continue to meditate and see on our hands, observe on our hands, what do we feel. It's just a humble offering today. I will explain few verses of it. It was written by a great saint, Gyaneshwara, who lived in 13th century, and this is called Pasaidan. It is so significant that Pasaya Dan is split again into two words, and Dan meaning gift, and Pasa is your palm. So actually, we are receiving this gift on our hands in different form, which he prophesied way back in 13th century, and now with the advent of Shri Mataji, we are able to feel it on our hands. So I'll just explain few meaning in and then we'll recite it as well, sing it for you. So he is praying, I pray to the Supreme Lord, who is the soul of the universe. Please be pleased with my writings, and please grant me this gift of vibrations which we are feeling now. That with this gift, all the evil, all the cruelty of the cruel comes to an end, and we get more power, get enlightened, and abandon all the sinful thoughts and acts. All living beings shall become friends with each other and live happily with passion with each other. Let all the darkness of the sin from the sinners be gone, and please grant all the living beings this rightful vibrations, this gift. Let there be shower of blessings of the divine on the people living on the earth, and let them ascend to earth and become a great gathering of such God-loving people. Let there be people who are spotless, even being beautifully lit like a moon, without any spot, calm, soothing, and cold, but they are bright like a sun, and are really eternally saintly people who are filled with love and compassion for all. And these people who pray to the divine become part of the divine, and by this prayer, the Jnanadeva, the Jnaneshwara, is pleased and he receives these vibrations. So let's try to again go into meditation, listen to this wonderful rendition with our heart, attention in our heart, and on the top of our head. आता विश्वात्मके देवे येणे वाग्न्यग्ने तोषावे तोषोनी मसद्यावे पसाय दान हे जे खळांची व्यंकटी सांडो तया सत्कर्मी रतिभाडो भूतां परस्परे पडो मैत्र जीवांचे दुरितांचे तिमिर जावो विश्वस्वधर्म सूर्ये पाहो जो जेवांशील तो ते लाहो प्राणी जात वर्षत सकळ मंडळी ईश्वर निष्ठांची मांदियाळी अनवरत भूमंडळी भेटतो भूता चला कल्पतरूंचे आरव चेतना चिंतामणीचे गाव बोलते जे अर्णव पियुषांचे चंद्रमे जे अलांछना मार्तंड जे तापहीन ते सर्वाही सदा सज्जन सोय रे हो तू किं बहुना सर्वसुखी पूर्ण होनीतिः लोकी भजी जो आदि पुरुखी अखंडित आणि ग्रंथोपजीविये विशेषी लोकीये दृष्टा दृष्ट विजये हो आवेजी येथ म्हणे श्री विश्वेश्वरावो हा होईल दान पसावो येण वरे ज्ञान देवो सुखिया झाला त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री सर्वचक्र स्वामिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः
So let us continue to be in that state of silence within. So because we touched on a few points in the beginning, and this which has to do with our daily meditations. So let us see if we can do sort of step-by-step process, just so that we don't get confused later on, and we have some guiding line for us later. Okay. So the first thing that we need to do within is see where our attention is. So whenever you sit for your meditation, after you raise your kundalini and give yourselves a bandhan, almost immediately you might be able to feel, first of all, on your hands what problems there might be. So and I apologize for keeping my eyes closed right now. I'm not able to look at the camera because uh, I'm in a state of meditation right now. So the state that we feel on our fingertips is an indication of the truth within us. Um, it is not that we need to think, oh, maybe I thought too much today, I planned too much today, or maybe I am depressed today, or maybe I am sad. If you can feel it on your fingers or in your body, which chakras have a certain problem. So let's say you're feeling heat on your left hand. You may not be feeling it now, but let's say you do when you sit for your meditation. So that's how you know that this left channel has been used uh, or has been overexerted. And so you know how to balance it by now. You know that you should keep your right hand towards the ground and balance the left side there. Now, it is quite possible that you may feel tingling on various fingers. So in the beginning, if you are not familiar with what each finger represents, you should try and go back to the chakra charts, the handouts that we have, and try to correlate what you are feeling. So let us say you are feeling, for example, right now you can see on your fingers what sensations you are feeling. And I understand that you may not be able to immediately tell which chakra it corresponds to, but so to help with that, what I'm going to do is just going to check what the vibrations of the collective is. Collective meaning all the participants that are here tonight. So you yourself can do this. If you can ask a question to your Kundalini that, oh mother, please let me know the vibrations of this collective that I am meditating with. And immediately you should be able to feel the centers of the collective. So you may be able to feel a certain tingling on some centers and coolness on one hand, maybe heat on the other. Now, because we have to address this problem, this is a good demonstration. I'm not saying that you need to do this particular exercise every night, but this is just a demonstration of what you can do when you feel these sensations. So right now, what I am able to feel on my hands is a tingling on both the pinky fingers. Although there are some other fingers also, we'll just focus on the pinky fingers for now. And if you know what that means, that is the center for the heart chakra in the center heart. Oh, there's a very helpful diagram here. Okay, I forgot that this diagram existed. Yes, so you can possibly now even feel on your fingers and which chakra that corresponds to. But let's say we feel something on the heart center. So let us focus on that as a demonstration on what you can do, especially as Wendy said, for your evening meditation, when you are able to, or rather, you need to give attention to cleansing more. Okay, so let us do this short meditation on the heart center, and then I will move on to another topic. So let us close our eyes and let us all keep our right hand on the center of our chest. Now, first thing we need to understand is we don't do anything. That is, we don't clear the centers with our mental efforts or our desires. We don't bring the Kundalini up as such. It is a process that works by itself. But this process is gracious enough to accept our desires. And so we have to be a little humble about it. And so in that humility, we have to ask that, Mother, please cleanse my heart chakra. If we could say that a few times within ourselves, Mother, please cleanse our heart chakra. So this you will do, let's say, again, this is just a demonstration for this chakra, but whichever center you feel during your meditation, you can first ask for this. Now, after asking, what happens is that this Kundalini begins her work. She goes into this chakra, begins to heal it, correct it, balance it, nourish it, enlighten it. Now, in the meantime, although we are supposed to be effortless, effortlessness does not mean that we allow our attention to wander wherever it pleases. That is just effort of another kind, which is a wasteful effort. So, in the beginning, it may be difficult for us to just keep silent and feel the working of the Kundalini. So, what we can do instead is to help this process a little bit, to aid the Kundalini, to at least not to obstruct her in her job. So, if you remember, possibly you may not, and that is totally fine. If you remember that the main function of the center heart is to first of all give us a sense of security. And so, one big help that comes from the divine at this point to help establish our security is that the divine itself is manifested at this point as the mother of the universe. As that is what the word Jagadamba means. That's what, when you say it, you are invoking the divine in that energy aspect, which is the mother not only of you, not only of your country, but of the whole universe, of everything in existence. So if we can accept that we have this mother energy, who is the mother of the universe, looking after us, then we can say to all our fears, to all the doubts and misgivings we have about life, to all the doomsday predictions that we hear constantly, we can say this. We can keep our attention on this, on these thoughts that may be coming up, and say that to these thoughts, to these negative thoughts, that I am protected by the mother of the universe. We can say a few times in our heart with faith, I am protected by the Mother of the Universe. It may help to breathe in deeply, like puff your chest outwards, and because that is the sign of bravery also, that our chest is puffed outwards. And so inhale deeply, and like a warrior, you have to say, you don't have to say it out loud, just in your mind, that I am protected by the Mother of the Universe. At this point, even if there is a doubt that whether I am worthy of such a protection or whether I deserve such a protection, or these are stupid doubts, just throw them in the garbage pile. You are the most worthy child of God. You have to believe that. So that gives us the security, that gives us the confidence. And anytime any fear that comes upon you, either at night or during the day, sometimes you don't know why you're suddenly afraid. You can immediately put your hand on your heart chakra and say this, that I am protected by the Mother of the Universe. So in this way, there are different qualities of the different chakras, different aspects of the divine manifested in different styles at these different chakras. We will learn more about them as we go ahead with the course, but this is just a sort of demo as to what can be done. Now, another part of the heart chakra is that it also makes us stable. That is, when, let's say, you have used your right side too much during the day, or you have used your left side too much during the day, you feel tired, mainly because it impacts the heart chakra here. So that comes when we take too much upon ourselves, either by way of emotions, that is, we feel that, oh, I should not have done that, I'm a horrible person, etc., etc. Or if we take too much upon ourselves via action, that is, we say, oh, if I don't do this job, then the whole world is going to, the heavens are going to fall, and so I must tick those check boxes in my to-do list. I must put it in my calendar, and all these sorts of small responsibilities that we carry, even if really we think we are doing a lot, we are not doing much. So here, another thing we have to understand is the priority is for us to be in balance. It is not our priority to indulge into our emotions or exert ourselves with action, no matter what the world around us may expect us to do. Our priority is the balance. So to be in balance, especially at this level of the heart, we have to also believe that we are not, or rather, our energy for our emotions and our actions comes from the divine. It comes from the spiritual part. So we don't need to bear anything upon ourselves. We can completely and fully surrender our lives to this divine power and allow it to manage the show. So that is what we can say here, that, oh Mother, I surrender everything to you. Oh Mother, I surrender everything to you. All the responsibilities of our families, of our careers, of our education, of our finances, everything down to the last detail can be surrendered to the divine. Let it go. Don't take too much upon yourself. There's no need. Now again, some people do feel at this point that surrender is a form of escapism, that we are just trying to sort of escape our responsibilities and that we should bear everything upon ourselves. It is all nonsense. This reminds me of a story Shri Mataji would tell, that a few people got on in an airplane and decided to put the luggage on their heads instead of the overhead cabins. And when they were asked why, they said they wanted to reduce the weight of the plane. That's why they put it on their heads. It's something like that we do with our daily lives. It's the divine power that is the airplane that is carrying us forward. And whether we put our weights on our heads or entrust it to the divine, it's the same thing. Only thing, we reduce our own pain and our own suffering when we surrender. So that's the simple answer to it, that you can completely surrender everything to the divine. Let it go. All the bosses, all the employees who give you their pressures and tensions, and all the politicians and the news you hear, all that, everything is nothing but the dust of the feet of the divine. So let it go. It's not important. Immediately you will feel big relaxation coming in. The heart center will relax because of it. Now, whether you call this divine by any name, you may call it Mother Kundalini, you may call it God, Christ, any name you give it is not the point here. Point is to recognize that there is a higher force behind everything that is taking care of us. All right. So now let us bring our right hand back on our lap. So this is just one chakra. Now during your meditations, you may feel multiple chakras, and so you can work on them to your convenience. That is totally up to you. And as you master it slowly and gradually, you will be able to do it more smoothly. You'll be able to do it better. Now, let's see. So now you can again check the vibration. So once you're done with all this chakra business, you can again ask the Mother Kundalini that, Mother, please let me feel my own vibrations. And you just see where you're feeling the heat and coolness and tingling. And I'm sure most of you must be feeling the cool breeze on both hands, and that's the best. And inside, if you are thoughtless. So now let us just sit in silence for a couple of minutes. Usually we would do more, but we have to be mindful of the time here. But in your daily meditation, you can just sit in the silence for 5 minutes or so, maybe more, however long you want. Okay. So now we will conclude, and what you will usually do at this point is just open your eyes, and at this point we just do this gesture in Indian culture is called as Namaste, and you all know the word obviously. We just do a Namaste to Shri Mataji or to our own Kundalini or to God, just in worship or respect to that help that has been given to us. And then we raise our Kundalinis, so we can do that right now. You all know the process by now. So we just do that. And then we take our button for every chakra. Now, there are a few things that we need to talk about, which may sound like I'm picking on the details, but they are a little important. Some of these details are important. So, firstly, is that when we do the bandhan, let us try to do it gracefully and slowly, because some people, it's a repetitive action, right? And you do it every day, so you get sort of used to it, and then you start losing interest in doing it properly. So some people tend to take a shortcut and just go like that, or some people do like very long bandhans. So just do it gracefully, like a dancer would do, or as someone who will do it graciously and gracefully, because these actions that we do with our hands of movements of bandhans, they are actions which are fueled now by this divine power. And so we need to be mindful of that. We have to respect it. Um, Although it is helping us, it is very intimate with us. There is no need for a formality as such, but we still have to respect it. There are certain protocols we must follow. So in that light, also about the photograph. So if you haven't tried it out by now, from the photograph you can feel quite tremendous cool breeze coming out. Even if you can't now, be patient with it, give it time to grow, you will begin to feel it slowly. So for the photograph, as you can see here, now this is not my usual setup. I don't keep my photograph here, but this is only for demonstration purposes that I'm using it. You would ideally find a clean place in your house. So some people like to just keep their photographs, let's say on a bookcase or something, and meditate in front of it. It might be okay as long as it is clean and not cluttered. Again, because it's a spiritual thing. It's something that we have to connect with on a spiritual level, and so it has to have some element of sanctity about it. For example, and this is only an example, if you go to a church, everything is going to be clean. Nothing is going to be dirty, or nothing is going to be cluttered there, especially in the main hall. It's something like that. So wherever in your house you can find a clean place, you keep your photograph there, and don't disturb the photo, in the sense that don't keep it in a place where you constantly move it out of the way. Give it its place and let it be there. Another thing we have to be mindful of is that in our meditation space, when we sit for meditation, please ensure that you are not disturbed always, let's say by your pets or children or others, or your phone or the TV. Some people like to meditate while the TV is on. I am not such an expert that I can do that. So I would humbly suggest that keep it in a room. And even if it is, maybe you may not have a room as such where you can keep it, that's totally fine. But if possible, Keep it in a room where it is, silent, and at least during your meditation, it is silent. So that's the second point. And the third point is about the photograph itself. Um, when you keep it on a surface, usually as a means of respect, we put like a small cloth underneath it. This is just to sort of show some respect to the photograph. Like we don't just keep it somewhere, but there's a cloth marked for it. There is a small place and everything. Um, and yeah, and it is again a cloth that is not used for cleaning. Don't use this cloth for cleaning anything. Just keep it there. It's meant for your meditation. It's meant for a spiritual thing. And the photograph itself, please try to use natural materials for the frame, like wood or metal, and a glass panel, preferably not plastic. And we usually keep a lighted candle beside the photograph. This may be like a taper candle like I have here, or it can be a small tea light or just a glass candle. Any ordinary candle will suffice. Some people like to use fragrant candles, which are those giant bottles. The whole point of the candle is so that the light of the flame is seen clearly by you and is present so that it can work on your center, your Agya chakra. So if you use a candle flame that can actually go, as the wax depletes, you can't see it anymore. I haven't found it very useful to use such a candle. So I usually prefer like tapers or tea lights or small glass candles where it's transparent and you can see the flame at least. If you do use oil lamps, go for it. That there's no problem there. So these are a little bit small details. I know it may sound a little bit excessive at this point, but it's all about attention, how much attention we give. And if you see, when someone does something for you, the beauty of that action is enhanced when they pay attention to the details. If they are giving you flowers, let's say, but they pay attention to the detail that, oh, this is the flower that you like. And so they include that flower in the bouquet. Then it enhances that action. This is something similar. When we pay attention to the details of our meditation practice, we are actually honoring the Kundalini. We are expressing our gratitude towards her through all these different actions. That we are making it very conducive for her to rise. The environment is soothing, the place is clean, there's a candle, and we are foot soaking and everything to make her job easier. And then we pay attention to these small details like putting the cloth, using a proper candle, and all these details. They actually make her happy because she's also aware of what we are doing. It's not a blind energy. So if we could be mindful of all this. In the beginning, I know these are too many instructions, so please try to get it clarified if possible. And even if you forget something or miss out on something, or you feel that you have done something wrong, don't worry. If you have done it out of a pure heart and you're innocent about it, it doesn't matter. But if possible, pay attention to these small details that we have. So that possibly has covered all the points that we wanted to talk to you tonight about. How to, for your evening meditation especially, how to check the vibrations on your hands, see which chakra is catching. Catching is perhaps too negative a word, but you may feel tingling on some fingers, heat somewhere. So go back to the handouts, check what that means, come back to your meditation space, try to clear it out. If you don't know what affirmations to say at that point, you can just keep your hand on that chakra and ask your Kundalini to cleanse it, and she will work it out. Don't worry. All the other affirmations and everything is just a help by us. We actually don't do much, but just so that our attention is not in the meantime running about and collecting more problems, we can at least use it for some better purpose through these affirmations and actions. And then once you are done with the clearing, just be silent in your meditation, 5 minutes or so, and then you can finish by raising your Kundalini and taking a mantra. And if you can do this for the coming week, and we'll see for the intermediate, you will find that your experience of the meditation, your understanding of what we are talking about will be much better because you experience it within yourself. Otherwise, it's all only theory. There's no knowledge. Okay. All right. So we are really going late. So I will stop talking now. Um, and so over to Raman.
Yes, thank you, Vivek. Was a wonderful meditation and beautiful music. Thank you, Prateek. Thank you, Wendy, for your wise guidance. Yeah, I won't be focusing on what Vivek said again. He said it extensively. It is important, so please pay attention to this. And yeah, we are moving on to the Q&A chapter. Before we start, a few announcements. Again, if you would like to go to a breakout room, please raise the hand or let us know in the chat. And before we start, I certainly want to go through this document, Google document. Please, tech team, help me out. So what you see on the screen is a Google document that we need to, we want to ask you to fill out. That is the document for the mentors for the 21-day course, which is going to be happening next chapter. And what we want to know is if you already have a mentor, you also can let us know in this document and tell us the name of this mentor. Or if you don't have a mentor, you can also mention with the name of the mentor that you would like to have. Yeah, we also will collect a few of your contact details if we still don't have it, and mostly we want to help you out in this 1 week of a break that we're gonna have between the two courses. So that's why we need to get some information for you in order to help you out with mentorship. So I think we're gonna run it in the end of the program, or we also will leave. We also already left the link in the chat right now, which you can fill out after the program, or if you'd like during the program. So yeah, thank you so much for the slide. Let's start with a Q&A. Okay. Yeah, as always, you can check the resources on our website. If you missed something, you can get it there. Okay, we shall start. Hello, Queen Sharma. Would you like to turn on your video and unmute? Hello.
Hi. Namaste.
Namaste. How are you?
I put my hand up because I was requesting a chat.
I'm sorry. Somebody's not muted, I think. Can you say it again, please?
I put my hand up for breakout room.
I'm sorry, Queen Sharma. There is some audio problem. It's looping, and I really can't hear.
Hey Raman, I think Queen Sharma is trying to say she wants to be put in a breakout room. She raised her hand.
Oh, okay. I get it. Okay. So we'll put you now. Thank you so much. Hello, Walter. How are you? Walter, hello.
Hi. I'm good. Thanks. Good, thanks. And I've only attended a few sessions, but I thought they were all really cool. One of the questions I had was, I know it mostly takes after Hinduism and stuff. I guess it builds sort of its own beliefs, Sahaja Yoga. I was wondering like how you guys feel about people from other faith perspectives or other religions coming to study and to learn it. If it's like complete acceptance or some tolerance or some hostility. And maybe I sort of selfishly waited to ask my inquiry until one of your last sessions, but
No, that's a very, very good question. Yeah, I can tell you short spoiler, it's a complete acceptance, but I'll ask Wendy to expand this answer for you.
Fantastic question and very appropriate for one of the later sessions. What Shri Mataji spoke about was that all the main prophets and incarnations that our major religions are based on, they're all part of one tree, and they're all actually in support of each other. It's only the human beings who've made it into this is the one who's right. So when she talked about each of the chakras, she talked about that there were gurus and prophets and incarnations that came to teach about that particular chakra. And the major religions are all formed around these great beings that came to teach about that quality and to actually lead us to the next level. So each of the chakras, like many of the religions are based around the Adi Gurus who came, Moses and Abraham, Muhammad. There are Zarathustra. There are so many there of these beings that came and they talked on this level. And Christ, which was a Christian, I know that we don't like some of the platforms, the religious platforms, because human beings have taken they've taken the religion and they've walked away from what the original teacher was talking about. So I'm just going to say that actually Shri Mataji speaks very highly of Christ, and when he came, he was teaching about forgiveness here at the Agnya chakra. So I would say that if Sahaja Yoga looks to you like a Hindu, more of a Hindu based meditation, it really isn't. It's really inclusive, and it includes people of all religious beliefs. Buddha came, he taught here on the ego, he taught us. So we have Kuan Yin, who was a teacher, Confucius, who taught us as well. And so there's a great respect and an understanding that just taking one of them and saying, okay, Christ was right and everyone else is wrong, or Buddha is right and everybody else was wrong, is actually when these prophets that came to teach, like Muhammad and Christ and others, they would be very upset by this, because this would not be what they would believe was true.
Yeah, I can also, very beautiful explanation, Wendy. I can also add, we have a simple facts, Sahaja Yoga is being practiced in more than 100 countries around the world, and you can literally see it even in these sessions. We have Chinese, we have Russians, we have Muslims, we have Hindu. So it's one of the best things actually about Sahaja Yoga, that at least that helped me at some point to easier accept all the teachings of Shri Mataji. That this was the one thing that resonated with me so strongly, that I always was growing up, even though around me I had Christianity, but I was never into it, because I felt inside that there is no, there must be one spiritual teaching that involves everything, not only one thing. So yeah, from my point, I would like to add this. I hope it helped you to understand this point. Right? You have any other question, Walter?
Oh yeah. Sorry, sorry. I didn't know I could unmute myself. Thank you both, Wendy and Raman. Very helpful answers.
Thank you so much. Nice to see you. Bye. Hello, Sashi. Please show us your video and unmute yourself. Hello, Sashi. Are you here? Okay, we'll take Ksenia for now. Hello, Ksenia. How are you? Oh, okay, Sashi is back. Hello. Sashi, please unmute yourself. Okay, Sashi, let us know when you can unmute yourself. We'll get back to you. Thank you. Hello, Ksenia. Hello.
Yes, hi, hello.
Hello.
Okay, I hope everyone is good. Thank you so much for great meditations. I need to ask two weird questions. I always have weird questions.
Go for it. We like weird questions.
Okay. The first question is, I missed the meditations I miss sometimes. I usually do I try to do in the next morning. Just because I work in a pharmacy sometimes until 12 o'clock and I physically cannot make it. But I missed when we were clearing second and third chakras. I'm not sure about the second, I don't remember 100%, but I know that I 100% missed the third chakra clearing. And my question is, I don't think I will make it until the very last day. So when we have a break before April the 2nd, let's say if I want to repeat that second and third chakra, should I just do those 2 sessions, or do you recommend maybe after doing those 2 sessions, repeat something else like day 18th? I think it was one of the greatest, strongest meditations. Or what is your opinion? Should I repeat anything or just do the second and third chakra and that's it?
I would say just don't worry about it. It's okay. I mean, keep meditating where you are now already. Just you know, you can look it up a little bit information, but you haven't missed like something super crucial. You attended like almost all the sessions, I know, so that's okay. Just don't think that you like have to go like in school and come back to the lesson.
Okay, and my next weird question is, I want to ask about candles, because like second day, yesterday and today, when I light the candle, I don't keep it in the container. I just have like a foundation on the candle, and I have weird figures on the candle. Okay, so does it mean anything bad, or I just can throw it in the garbage? That's my question.
Well, it depends what are the weird creatures, or what do you mean by that?
It's like I don't even know how to explain it. It's like this is the candle, and it's coming like a vertical stick out of the candle.
I see. Then just yeah, if you feel weird about it, change it for something that is not weird. It's so simple.
Okay, so I shouldn't worry about anything and think about something.
Yes, you know, I'm sorry that I took this question. I should, yeah. So as we showed you in a few sessions that you can check vibrations, and even smallest, you know, things like candle holder or something, they can have vibrations. If you can check and it's like giving you a little hot vibrations, then it's probably better to leave it alone and throw it away. Usually it's just, I mean, we don't go to such an extent where we check every single candle holder, to be honest. Just something simple would be nice.
Okay.
Without any forms or any pictures.
Okay, thank you so much. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you again.
Thank you, Ksenia. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Have a good
night.
Bye. See you.
Bye. Sashi, are you ready? Oh, okay, she's not here anymore. Let us know if you're still here. Oh, hello, Jaspreet. Would you like to talk to us a little bit?
Yeah. So I just want to check when we will do our regular meditation. Which day should we follow to do our meditation? Right. You know, it starts with foot soak, then meditation. So which day on a video can we follow to what we call repeat the meditation, so that's my question. Yeah.
Okay. I think Vivek can very quickly summarize it for you. Please, Vivek.
So, you can just go back to today's video if you want. Any day, all we have been doing our foot soak every day, right? So, any day you want, you can repeat the video with the foot soak and the meditation that follows it. It should be fine. Does that answer your question, or are you?
Yeah. So, will it be fine if I follow today's video and repeat that for next 7 days before I
If you want to, although we would recommend to see your own state, but if you want to repeat, you can do that also. This should be fine.
Okay.
I think Wendy has something to add.
You can just, it's very simple. You can just sit down, find a comfortable place in your house. If it's comfortable to sit on a cushion on the floor, then you can sit like that and sit on the, or sit in a chair. If that's better for you, raise your Kundalini and sit and watch what's happening within yourself. You begin by doing what we do, which is to raise the Kundalini and give a bandhan and experiment with it. Do it on your own. Or even better, go to a beautiful place like the beach or somewhere where there's a lot of vibrations and try meditating there on your own. But eventually we have a collective side of this where we meditate all together, and we also have an individual journey where we need to sort of find this connection within ourselves and learn how to go quiet ourselves in our life.
Understand. It's more of a personal insight that I would need to find, but I understand. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you so much for your questions and beautiful answers. Thank you. Okay. Hello, Dinesh. How are you? Hello.
Hi, Raman.
Hello.
Hey.
What's up? How are you?
Good. It's always nice to see you smile. Vivek is there. I think just thanking you for spending your time to elevate our, spiritual scent. And I think I'm getting there. I have weird questions, so.
Okay, so today is the day of weird questions, I guess.
Yeah, probably the answers are going to be you're thinking too much, but here goes. Okay, so we're talking about balancing our left and right. So in all the meditations and all the handouts and everything, we're kind of going on this side, but rarely going on this side. So it's like I always think if I'm kind of doing my aphorisms here, then I have to do it here as well to balance it out. Is that too much?
I get it. I get it. It's a good question. Prateek, would you like to help out with this one?
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, you feel it that way to do it, then you can go ahead and do. But as said, Sahaja Yoga is all about experiment, as Wendy said, and we have been I think reinforcing this point from the day one. So you feel on your hands what you feel. So now when your Kundalini has risen, you are connected to that power within you, and you will know, and that's how you will learn and grow, how we do our formal education, we go step by step. So now when you know that you have vibrations in your hands and your Kundalini is guiding you, so just ask the simple question before you meditate or you start meditating. Mother, please show me the state of my chakras. Or Mother, please show me how I'm feeling on my hands. Or whatever comes to your heart. And then see what you feel. And then just do that. I mean, you don't have to do everything all the time. Or you don't have to be very open-minded and have a attitude of a scientist. And sometimes what happens, intuitively you will know. Like for example, you are feeling too much heat on your body, you will intuitively, your Kundalini will guide you. That time will come. But again, that being said, have patience. It takes time. It's like a seed sprouting. It's a living process. So I hope that answers your question, or
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is the
thank you.
weirdness. I don't know.
No. Thank you, Prateek. But I think in the past I've shared that, the vibrations or coolness or anything, I don't feel any of those on my fingers. But what I do feel is the pulsating at the top, right? And the pulsating in the middle of my hands and the feet. So I
Middle,
don't
you
feel
mean
any
where exactly? Middle, when you say middle,
right
like
in the middle here.
like in here?
In the middle, right in the middle of the palm.
Yeah. Okay. So
So it's pulsating, but it's not pulsating to my heart's pulse. It's pulsating. It's like going like this. It's not my heart pulsating, it's a different pulse going
so
up. And then here, so I don't feel the fingers much, right? Vibrations or coolness or anything, but sometimes hotness in the middle here or pulsating.
yeah, to begin with, it's always good to do balancing to start with, like just simple steps, right head down for left balancing and left towards the photograph. And when you balance the right hand towards the photograph, left hand towards the ether, that
Right,
balances it out. And then when you're already feeling the pulsation here, that means your
right.
kundalini is already acting here. And
Oh,
the reason that you're not able to feel maybe on your hands is because of the blockage of this chakra here, the Vishuddhi chakra. Slowly, when more strands of your Kundalini will rise, it will eventually cleanse it out, and you will develop that awareness by itself. It's like you don't have to have any effort, but again, be aware of that you're feeling and you are thoughtless.
oh, right. So go ahead, Wendy.
The reason why we focus in the very beginning on the left side channel is because that's where the desire, the pure desire within us resides for the Kundalini to rise. So that's, and you're absolutely right. We need, both of our channels need to be functioning well. And as Prateek was saying, you're going to start becoming, a lot of people don't feel vibrations for sometimes like for a month or for 2 months, sometimes even. So it's not unusual to not be able to clearly feel vibrations at the beginning. Are you a very thoughtful person? Do you think you're more of a right-sided person?
Yes. So
Okay,
that's the
so
that's
do do
one of
the
the
things that help. The right
yeah,
side, you're right.
that's one of the other things I found out, because the foot soak was recommended by somebody, and I read the pamphlets, and it was like, have it warm, and the warmer the better. So I started doing that. But then through the course, I found out that I'm right-sided, so I do the ice pack, and that's when I got more feeling. So the
And you
foot
can
soak
have a
has
cool
to be
foot soak too. You can make a cool foot soak too. And if
right,
you're a right-sided person,
right,
don't sit in a bright lit room when you try to meditate. You can bring the
right.
lights down a bit, and you don't need to
Well,
have your eyes open as much, because
yeah.
so you just soothe your right side down. You're absolutely right. But I think we went over both
Yeah.
channels. I
Yeah.
happen to do the meditation on the left because I was asked to do that, but I'm a right-sided person, so I have to deal with my right side. If I don't, my husband's not a happy camper. So
Yeah. So I did find that when I was doing the left-sided before I knew the ice pack thing, I would get a lot agitated, anxious, those kind of things. But when I started doing the ice pack, it kind of calmed me down a
So
lot.
maybe don't use a candle on your left side channel. You may have so much right side that a
Right.
candle's too much for you right now, and that's good. That means you're aware of what works for you. So we don't take the whole medicine cabinet, right? We
Right,
find
right.
out what works, and if something doesn't feel good, we don't need to do that thing. We
Right.
find the things that help us actually experience vibrations and go quiet. And Michelle did a beautiful job of explaining that last night.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
So the last but the weirdest question. And Raman, I liked your T-shirt on your picture when you went off.
Thank you so much. Thank
So,
you. So what's the question?
Yeah, the question is, we kind of always say, the clockwise and not the anti-clockwise. And then, being an IT scientific person, the Earth is going anti-clockwise, and all of those are kind of, most of the planets are going anti-clockwise, but why do we always go clockwise and not anti-clockwise?
Who is an engineer who wants to answer this question?
I can answer it. So clockwise and sorry, what was that?
No, sorry for asking this question.
No. It's a valid question. Although I don't know if the relation to the planet's movement is very much correlated. But again, so firstly, as far as the planets and all their movements are concerned, whether it is clockwise or anti-clockwise really depends from which side you are looking, whether it's from the south or the north.
Right.
So that may be a factor. But in our movements in Sahaja Yoga, what Shri Mataji has found is that when you move it clockwise, the energy when you move it clockwise, the thing is, so let's say you are tracing the movement of a clock, right? You are walking in a circle in a clockwise manner.
Right.
What happens is that your right hand is always facing towards the center when you are moving clockwise. That's the definition of clockwise, right? Now, because the right hand has another meaning to it, because it's the energy of the action, it's also the energy of life, of creation, and all that comes with it. Whereas the left side is emotion, but it is also the energy of destruction. That is one aspect of the left side also. So when we do a clockwise motion, what we are suggesting is that all the life energy be directed to that point from all directions, because your right hand is going to be facing in. Did I make my point clear, or did I just confuse you?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Really clear. Go ahead.
Yes. So actually, you can feel this very much when you do the clockwise motion and you go a little quickly. You can feel when you're able to feel the cool breeze. I know you're not able to right now, but when you're able to feel it, you can actually see that the magnitude will increase when you go on a clockwise motion. Now, we don't recommend just for trial's sake, don't go anti-clockwise and see I'm going to experiment, because it has a negative effect on you. But for the positive case, you can definitely feel it, that when you go clockwise, it increases in magnitude. So that's why we do it.
Yeah, just to add a little bit more, I'm not a person who goes into scientific things too much, but Shri Mataji just taught us so, and she said that chakras are actually going clockwise.
Oh, that's what I thought.
It's just a fact that we accept it, not blindly, of course, but
right.
It, to me, for example, it's pretty natural that something good is going clockwise. So that's just it. Yeah. Thank you, Vivek. Very, very deep explanation.
Yeah, it's even the water moving on the North Pole and South Pole is the other way around.
Yeah.
So if you go to Australia, the water drains this way. In America, the water drains this way. So,
I would just advise that these significances of clockwise, anti-clockwise are restricted to the spiritual energy. People often try to correlate it to everything that they see around. May not be the case in so.
Yeah. Thank you for fielding my questions.
You're welcome.
Also, when you work on the chakras on your back, I don't know if we have introduced that or not.
We haven't discussed it, Prateek. Maybe we can do it later. It will just confuse people now.
Yeah.
We will work on, because from the back you have to again move a little bit different, because this will just confuse you. But
I think we can cover it in the workshop this Saturday.
Probably,
Can I just say one basic thing to make sure that you understand basically? The chakras can become tight, usually because we've done things that go against the quality of that chakra, or that's damaged it in some way. And when the chakra is tight, the kundalini is like a rope that's trying to come up and go through it, and it can't. It gets stuck. and you'll feel it throbbing. You've mentioned throbbing, and you might feel, some people feel the throbbing in their chakras, and it's because the Kundalini is coming up against a tight chakra. So when we move the vibration clockwise, it's helping the chakra to open. The chakra is like a flower, and it's like if you can imagine all the petals are closed, and when you give it when you bond on it and move the energy, it opens, and then some space is made, and the Kundalini can come up.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you guys for all the answers.
Thank you, Dinesh. Thank you.
Thank you for not going any deeper to confuse everybody. Just confuse me later.
Yeah, we'll do that easily.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you. Bye. Hello, Vidushi. How are you? Yeah, unmute yourself, please. Yeah, hello.
Hi, namaste. My question is to Vivek today. He, at the end of the meditation, he asked us to feel the collective vibrations which we all were sharing. So he said something was feeling on the pinky finger, and at that point I was not feeling anything on my pinky finger, rather on my center chest, and he's just said that we have this thing coming which is related to the heart chakra, and I was also feeling it, and I'm like, wow, eureka. But my question is, how do we differentiate if this is mine or this is collective?
Oh, wow, that's a good question.
That is a question that stumps even, I would say, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say ancient yogis. Experts. Experts is a better word. Experts is the more politically correct term, I feel.
Thank you. Ancient is not appropriate.
Anyways, yes, sorry, what was that, Vidushi?
I'm saying seasoned.
Seasoned, exactly. Seasoned veterans of Sahaja Yoga, right? No, it depends, first of all, on your attention, where your attention is. So let's say your attention is on yourself, then you can just ask, then you can just keep your attention on yourself and feel what you feel on your hands. And then you put your attention, let's say, on the collective. That is, you just think of the collective, and then you see what you feel. That is one way of doing it. More practical way Shri Mataji suggested was that if you want to see your own vibrations, you take the bandhan. When you do that, what happens is immediately you begin to feel your own vibrations. Now, ideally, you can't give a bandhan to the whole collective, obviously. But if you had a person, let's say, sitting in front of you, you could give them a bandhan and then see what you feel on your hands. So you would know that this is their vibrations. It depends on your sensitivity also a little bit. In the beginning, if you are not very sensitive to your own vibrations, it's better that you don't try to feel others, because there is a chance that, because your instrument is not all right in the beginning, if it is not sensitive, it may give you the wrong information. So based on this, there is a lot of confusion also. People tend to say that, oh, maybe that chakra is catching on this person, etc., etc. That's a rabbit hole you don't want to go down unless you are very confident that you can feel your own vibrations clearly first. And Wendy would like to add something.
Yeah, so this is the advantage to sitting and meditating on your own, right? This is where you feel what's going on with your own chakras. And then if you go to a group of people and you feel something you normally don't feel, supposing you have a very strong heart chakra and you never feel the center heart, but right now, generally, collectively, people are catching on that. So if you get together with a large group, you might feel center heart when you normally don't. And then you know, wow, that's a collective catch. So this is why you need this sitting and meditating on your own, so that you, and eventually as you get more, at first, when you put your attention on another person to try to feel their vibrations, which is possible, you just feel your own vibrations at first. But eventually you learn how to tell the difference.
Thank you. I mean, I have my hands open on my lap right now, and I can clearly feel the cool breeze coming when both of you were speaking. I mean,
Yeah, so can you tell us what that means when you feel the cool breeze when someone is speaking?
maybe
It means they are speaking the truth when you feel the cool breeze. That's one way you can tell. If a person is cheating you, the vibrations will immediately become hot. They may sound like the most convincing person on the planet, but the spirit always knows the truth. So once we learn to trust this energy more and more, it really guides us then. I mean, even in situations where you don't really know what to do, where you're at your wits end, you can use these vibrations, and that's what most yogis do. Just use these vibrations to see what should be done. But again, that is something I would advise with caution, because in the beginning people are like, should I, buy this lottery ticket? Let me see the vibrations. If you use it for these kind of things, we have to remember that this is the source, this energy is the source of our intelligence. So if we try to outwit it, it can outwit us, 1,000 times more, and then we really start crying after that. So I would just advise caution. Use it for good questions, like absolute questions. Like, is there God? If you just put out your hands like this and ask, is there God? Is there a divine energy? You'll immediately start to feel the coolness.
Can I interject an ancient experience that
No, I was just kidding, Wendy. I was just kidding. You are our ever young, ever.
I've been doing Sahaj for 38 years, so I have to say I was 21 years old when I started this. So, but the amazing experience I had with vibrations was just understanding that everything has vibrations. You can tell what has cool vibrations and what has hot vibrations. And to me, this was miraculous. So the first 2 months that I was in Sahaj, I didn't do anything but run around and go, oh my God, Mozart has cool vibrations. Or I go over to some other thing and it's like, maybe not such good vibrations. And maybe something that I had loved my whole life. And it was such a beautiful thing to know, I can know the truth. No one has to tell me, right? I'm my own guru. I can feel it on my own hands if something is pure and true. And I can also tell, and you do see people differently. All of a sudden you realize the gems in your life are the ones that make you feel good and help your kundalini to rise. So that's my ancient story.
Wow.
Wendy, can I add something? I mean, relate to this in a way, because since we have started and we all have started feeling vibrations in some way. The thought which came to me is that now when I meet people, when I discuss things with them, so I sort of get vibrations and things, but we get into a loop. I mean, that's what I was thinking to myself. This came in from my own experience, that it can turn me more judgy and more, every time I meet someone, the back of my head is like, what kind of vibrations am I getting from this person? So I think that in itself is producing a thought which will hinder the thoughtless awareness, which we all want to be part of. So
I have something to say at the end, but please go ahead.
Yeah, that is the thing which I'm like little worried that should I be like feeling all these things around everyone, or should I like just keep it to myself and then use this to my
Can I say one quick thing, which is that everybody is mixed. Everyone has a light side and a darker side, and we as people, we get to choose if we're going to focus on the positivity in a person, right? And I am like almost to the point of idiocy. I always expect the best out of people. I expect them to be good and great, which means I get disappointed a lot. But the reality is that when you look to other people and you look to the good in them, you're more likely to bring that out in them. And it's a sign of discipline, actually, not to focus on your own shortcomings, but to focus on your strengths. And then okay, I'm going to develop these other things that aren't as strong, and I'm going to get those going for me too, and I'm going to have the whole toolbox. Okay, now Vivek.
Yes. So Vidushi, this is actually a good question because you are at a state where you are really curious about the vibrations of another person. And that's really great because you are now trying to judge them on the level of the spirit, not on the level of, oh, are they pleasing to me? Are they telling me good things? And, things like that. That's really good. And so keep it up. But the real problem comes when you start thinking about it, as you said very rightly. So let's say you're talking to a person, and then you start feeling heat, or maybe you're engaged in a very intellectual conversation, let's say, and you start feeling some pain here. So okay, the agya is, it's going a little off. Now, what you can do at that time is to just say, I forgive. I forgive. Or you can just rub your forehead a little bit, or rub your ring finger a little bit. Now, what happens when you do that is you work on the vibrations of that person. So you don't need to say anything. You don't need to react to them. You don't need to be like, your Agya Chakra is catching. You don't need to say anything of that sort. Once you clear it out in yourself, it helps them. Automatically, they will stop their thinking. And if they don't, it's their freedom. Just let them go. Don't worry about, you are in a different state now. You are a different person now. So don't worry about trying to make them better. That's one failing that I had in the beginning. That's why I'm saying this is all once burnt, twice shy. That sort of a story it is. When you try very hard to work on the vibrations of another person, and just you really want to improve them and all that, just be spontaneous about it. If it clears, well and good. If it doesn't, just forget it. Keep moving on.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
all
you
I
so
had to
much.
say on the point. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vidushi. Always very good questions you ask. Yeah, I hope we helped you to clarify this. Hello, Peter Bertorelli. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Unmute.
Hello.
I'm here.
Oh, Peter.
It wouldn't let me come on. It told me I couldn't unmute, and it wouldn't let my camera work.
Oh, now it works. Go ahead.
All right. Anyway, nice to see you. I got a few quick questions. One, if I ask to work with somebody, is it the men with the men or the women with the women? Or does it matter with the yogis?
Usually we try to keep it men and men and women.
Okay. Well, nobody said anything.
But
so
it's not rigid, of course.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a couple of people I would like to throw their name out, and you probably be in one of them.
Oh, great.
Anyway, I had that meeting with Herbert when there was 3 of us with him. I really liked him, and I wanted to try to stay in contact with him. He said, yeah, I sent him my email, and I never heard anything back, nor have I seen him on the
It's probably because we are quite overwhelmed a little bit with lots of messages, so we'll let him know.
And also Herbert is sort of in charge of like many projects related to Sahaja Yoga in the whole world, so he might be a bit busy. Don't mind that, please. He will get in touch with you. Don't worry.
I had your name down also because I figured I had to give him a couple, 3 shots because you may not just get your first pick. So I figured I'd throw it out there and see what the world mother wants me to have.
Yeah, Peter, all of us will be honored to help you out in any way possible. So that's for sure.
Now, I've been having for the last few days a problem with the right side of my jaw. And I don't know what's going on, but I'm in constant pain. I didn't do anything to it. I didn't get hit by anybody or turn funny. And I didn't know if there's something that could possibly be clogged on my chakra or, I have no idea at this point. I've tried putting heat on it. I've tried to manipulate it with my hand, and yet the pain's still there. And it's almost like it's in my eardrum, actually. And I thought, well, it wasn't happening before the seminar. Not that I'm blaming you guys, but I didn't know if I fouled something up.
No, that can happen. Can you describe a little bit more, like what kind of pain? Is it like a pinching pain or more pulling?
It's kind of like, it was weird, pulling toward the inner eardrum. And I've never had problems with my ears at all.
Got it.
And I kind of feel it kind of resonate or vibrate all the way to the end of my jaw here, where it's tight, and I can feel the two sides, and this side is extremely tight. And again, I didn't know if something needs to kind of be, I don't know what the hell.
Yeah. Do you have like, do you feel teeth pain at the same time or no?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Wendy, would you like to cover it, or yeah, anybody else? If no,
if anyone has an inkling, I mean, it sounds like it could be a tooth problem to me, or a sinus problem, which sometimes you feel there. But someone else probably has a Sahaj alternative.
Okay, I'll take it then. So Peter, yeah, it happens sometimes, and it's definitely related to your spiritual state at this point, and clearly the right ear and all the right side from the neck to the jaw and basically right side of the face is that's a Vishuddhi, right Vishuddhi, because ears are covered by Vishuddhi. So Vishuddhi chakra is our fifth chakra, and I can share honestly with my experience. Sometimes I can wake up and I have like pain. Let's say like actually nowadays I'm having a pain in this finger, which is ego, even though I didn't hurt it anywhere or anything. It just keeps aching, and I'm just used to that. I know that it's purely vibrational, and it just goes away. At some point it just goes away. It's a clearance. It's just a stronger kind of more obvious clearance, and I figured out on my experience is just like you can apply clearance, Sahaj clearance, but nothing like no pills, nothing helped at my in my experience. It just clears out and goes away, like the same way like it appeared. So as we said, in the very beginning, spiritual side of our being is giving the physical body. So whenever we have like any disbalance or anything to clear on the spiritual side of things, it manifests on the physical side. So I'm pretty sure that's what it is. If it like bothers you too much, if it's like a real strong pain, maybe it makes sense to sometimes take a painkiller. Sometimes if it's like a super strong pain, but it will clear out with foot soaks or candling
I'm not able to do the foot soak. I'm missing half the leg.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Whatever it is.
By the way, yeah, you can also do hand soak. It's kind of the same thing, but it really helps, especially for Vishuddhi, by the way. So you can do the same, just like a small tub for hands. Sit comfortably and do the same as we do for the feet, but for the hands. We also do that for the hands. So you might try it.
I'll try anything at this point.
I hope that helps. Yeah.
Doesn't hurt any, so I was gonna say I've always been pretty much instinctive about people, and I read their vibes. I read their eyes a lot. That people have soft eyes, or they're beady, and they're kind of just, I don't know. It's always did well for me when I gambled at the Vegas. I'd find somebody who had soft eyes, and I'd always win. Anybody beady, I had to go. I didn't trust the situation. But anyway, caught up. When I deal with other people, I try to have low expectations, whether they're good or bad. I try not to put them in that kind of a position, and just kind of let them show themselves to me versus me. If I expect nothing, I can't be disappointed, is kind of my thought process on that. So I don't know if
it's a helpful tip. Yeah, I use it sometimes as well, because being a very emotional, heartfelt person, yeah, sometimes I expect too much, I think. Yeah,
and that's the thing is I'm on the left side. I'm all emotion, and I don't know how to balance myself out properly. I got my candle now, and I got a picture, even though I wasn't okay about it. I figured I'd give it a shot. What do I got to lose? And then I don't know if you hear the other night, but I was having problems with my cable and I couldn't fix it. And I've been playing with it for a week. And finally I asked Mother, well, could you help me with this? And I kind of laughed to myself. I rebooted, come right in, no problem. And I was like, I'll get a candle. I'll get you your candle.
See, very good. You're getting real experience already.
Trying.
Yeah.
Just a quick interjection here. Like if you're feeling real pain here, I thought you said you cannot foot soak, right? So what you can do is you can put ice. Like sometimes what happens is the heat travels on the right part of our body, and that's
Okay.
like you can release it first by clearing up the lower chakras. So put just ice for not like hours together again. Be like cognizant of the fact that you have to put it for a little time and see how you're feeling. So start with the lower chakras, maybe put for 5-10 minutes on your liver, on your like on the right side, and then you slowly go upwards. And also you can put it on the right, how Raman was saying, the right Vishuddhi. You can put little ice pack here and see if it helps you.
Yeah,
I'll try.
for this I can add a little bit. Be careful though, because this part, these parts, neck and ears, can easily get cold, and so like a few minutes.
Yeah, just like don't
very
put it
careful.
for hours. I mean, just try and check out. I mean, it helps you.
Yeah.
So just try with your liver, like on the right side, put it for 5-10 minutes and see in your vibrations again, see on your hands if it improves. Then gradually that pain will also go away.
Yeah, by the way, Peter, we can put you in a breakout room if you would like to, where one of us can help you work on your Vishuddhi or this problem as well.
Yeah,
today.
that'd be great.
You would like so?
Sure.
Okay. Tech team, are you there? Can you help us out with Peter to put him with one of our
Sure.
yogas?
We'll get on to it right away.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, Peter. It's always so joyful to see you.
I tell you, it's been kind of hard, to do 21 days, one after the other with other responsibilities, but I'm so glad that I've kind of really tried to force myself to come and not be lazy.
Yeah, you did really great job. I'm honestly very, very, very impressed.
Thank you.
It's beautiful. Because even for us, I know how it can be difficult with all the work and families. So it's a great deal.
Talking with you is a pleasure. Like I loved talking with you yesterday. And
yes, I got a lot out of that.
Yeah, it's been our pleasure to have people like you with us.
Well, again, I just kind of going with it because I didn't know about this. I don't know how I found out. I'm not somebody who's on the internet very much at all. And on this WhatsApp, I deleted the app because I had some problems with it. And then all of a sudden, you guys are come to. I'm thinking, how did I even get here?
It's a happy coincidence.
It really is. So I'm running with it.
Okay, great, Peter. Great. Thank you so much. We'll put you in a breakout room right now.
Okay.
Thank you. I hope you'll fix that thing very quickly.
I'm going to get the ice now.
Great. Thank you so much, Peter. See you. Bye. Okay. Just a request for everybody. Please turn on the video so we can easily know that you are willing to show us your beautiful face and talk to us a little bit. It makes it easy for us to pick you up. See, beautiful. Now I can pick up Victoria, for example. Hello. Hello. Unmute yourself, please. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I just appreciate everybody's questions so much, and the generosity and the deep sharing and the sharing of your experience is just wonderful. I was listening to Peter's questions, and I was wondering, for me, I have had for much of my life a chronic tightness in both sides of my neck and top of my shoulders. very likely from an injury I had as a child, that was partially corrected with chiropractic around the curvature of my neck being reversed and all that. But I wonder if chronic problems like that can be also cleared with these Vishuddhi practices or something else that is part of this whole, clearing process.
Absolutely. Wendy is ready to help us.
Just wanted to share with you a story of a really lovely lady in LA who comes to this meditation center. And when she came, she couldn't, her neck was just like, she just turned her body, her neck didn't work. I'm not exaggerating, it was really intense. And she's been meditating for a few years now. And she has completely changed. And she didn't do anything different. She didn't do any extra exercises. She didn't go to a doctor or anything. She just really cleared her Vishuddhi. And it can totally work out for you. And if you ever want to know more of Vishuddhi, we really could show there's people who can show you more and more things you can do for your Vishuddhi, and if it's affecting your life that much, you should totally focus on it. The first year 2 years I was in, I had trouble with my heart physically, and all I did was meditate on my heart for every morning and every night. So, you can just, when you meditate, make sure you always touch in the Vishuddhi, and you really learn how to open and relax the chakra. And when you relax the chakra, the Kundalini will come up and it will fix it. It heals it. So just that you're meditating and putting your attention here in your Vishuddhi is going to just help you so much.
And you said, with Peter's question also, that the ears are connected to the Vishuddhi, right? And recently I had gone for my first hearing check. There was a little bit of a blockage in my left ear for hearing, and the doctor said that there was a slight hearing loss and that I should come back and get an MRI to make sure there wasn't a possible tumor there, that there was a small chance, it wasn't a big chance, that I could wait 6 months. And with all the COVID raging, I just said, I think I'll wait. And I don't feel alarmed. I don't feel like there's a tumor there, but now that I'm hearing all this stuff is connected, I'm thinking, probably need to just make sure there's, clearing in my ear zone as well, because that's all connected. So would I also set the intention from Mother to help clear those specific things as I'm working with my Vishuddhi?
I would say that was a great decision to wait because it might solve by itself already through meditation. Wendy, would you like to conclude for Victoria about the focusing attention and how to exactly work on these things?
Well, this may sound nuts, but the most important thing is that you desire to have the qualities of the Vishuddhi. And like when you're speaking to others, like Prateek, when he speaks, it's like butter. I would give anything to have a Vishuddhi like this. Of course, he's a singer, so it makes sense. But he has worked on his Vishuddhi, so he speaks. So when you speak, try not to swear a lot. Try not to speak harshly to others. And when you communicate, make an effort also to listen, right? So speak sweetly and kindly, and be respectful and listen. And that would be on the right side. Was this the ear that you're having some issues with?
My left.
The left ear. Okay, so the left Vishuddhi, this catches when we feel guilty, or when for some reason we've sort of gone against Dharma, and it might not have even been our own fault. But this can catch here if we haven't been able to live really, like, say, the purest life of all. And also, the left Vishuddhi is where we stick our ego. So we do something egotistical, like that hurts another person, and then we feel bad about it, right? So then what we want to do is just be aware of how you are being with other people and treat with respect and kindness and compassion. And then if you do something wrong, face it and communicate with the other person and own it. Like, it's better not to feel guilty about it, but to actually just see, wow, that was really harsh. I did something really harsh. And just to go to that person and say, I don't know why I said that harsh thing or did that harsh thing. But I'm going to try to change that in the future. So you can get into these communication patterns with people that can cause you either to catch on the right Vishuddhi or on the left Vishuddhi. And then the central quality. Do you remember what the central quality was we were talking about?
Each.
It's feeling our connection to other people.
Oh, the collective.
Yeah, it's feeling like you are really, that we really are one. And I know it sounds kind of hokey, like a Michael Jackson song from the 80s or something, but the reality is that I really can't see, when someone else is suffering, I feel it like it's my own, because I can't see a difference. I can't see, why am I more important than this person? I'm not. We're all equal. We're all cells in some greater, beautiful body, a creation. And so it's really where we allow ourselves to see, to be part of a bigger picture, and to be collective, to care about others, and to not just sort of isolate ourselves. And COVID has been very hard on the Vishuddhi. We've been stuck at home. I mean, I am a right-sided person, so I went out of my skin. I shut down my work. I had to stay home. My husband went away. I was home alone. And they're like, you don't go out, don't do anything, And this feeling of isolation, I could feel I really had to work on the Vishuddhi, that I had to work on it. I had to clear it. You can get into a mentorship group with someone who can tell you some things that you can do on a daily basis that will help this. That it's, there's a lot of things that you can do.
Is it possible that I think I tend to feel over, I have too many mirror neurons. I feel over compassion, over, very affected by the suffering in the world. And I have no problem with the oneness. Sometimes I feel like I overcommit to serving that, and at a little bit too much at my own expense, perhaps, and that sort of imbalance more. Is that just as damaging here as the non-connection? Or?
Yeah, I think oversensitivity. I had a sister that was very much like this. Like she was an amazing person. Like if she sat at a picnic table and you weren't over there with her, like wild birds would come and land on her shoulder. They wouldn't get near me, to be honest. But she, the world was too much for her. It was too harsh for her. She didn't have normal boundaries. So I think we need to have healthy boundaries, to be healthy, to have healthy relationships with other people. Because part of it is, if you have sort of healthy boundaries and you're able to maintain those, in other words, you don't let people walk all over you, right? Because when you let someone aggress you or walk all over you, that's damaging to you. And if you're oversensitive, it's like we need a balance. So would you say you're more of an emotional person than an active person? Or both?
I'm very active, but I make space around myself because I really have to pay attention to the guidance and my feeling state within that. So I have a lot of strong boundaries around that sort of thing. And I've worked for many years as a psychotherapist. So I have a lot of boundaries, but I have a lot of identity with the oneness and the collective and the service to the suffering. And And sometimes my activity that I do involve myself in makes it a little challenging for me to take care of some of my physical, like get enough sleep and, just make sure that I'm eating right and, that sort of thing. So I really struggle to have that balance.
So you have a real challenge because you are listening to other people's sufferings and issues all the time, and it's difficult to not catch from that in your chakras, right? So you're just going to want to be careful to give yourself a bandhan and to clear a lot. As soon as you get home from all that working on other people's mental anguish, you can come home, put your feet in a foot soak, and a lot of that, it will clear away. It will clear away that's the kind of stuff that actually clears in a foot soak really well. The stuff that we're identified with, that we've thought was true our whole life, that may not actually be that positive for us, that stuff that we're identified to doesn't really usually go into a foot soak. We have to watch that. We have to go deeper to get rid of that. But something we pick up at work in our environment, general negativity or heat, that will go into your foot soak.
Okay, thank you very much.
If it's all right, I have one thing to add about the Vishuddhi, and this might be useful to others listening as well. So we generally discuss this issue of feeling responsible, which is more connected to the right side of the heart chakra. But one aspect of this feeling responsible is also connected to our Vishuddhi. And mainly because if we say like popular English, it's the responsibility is on your shoulders. This here, right? This is connected to the Vishuddhi. So when we take the world upon our shoulders, without realizing that, it's the divine power that has to do the job, this center can get affected. And so releasing it by saying that, you can just put both your hands up in the air like this, if you can, if possible, and just look up and then say within yourself that I am part and parcel of the whole. So, yeah. And when you say that with faith, you understand also that you are being looked after by the divine, that it is the whole that is in charge of you. So you can let go of all these responsibilities that you feel. That this has helped me a lot to release the tensions on my Vishuddhi whenever I feel it. I just put both my hands up in the air. Although that does sound like a good song to dance to, put both your hands, but it usually works well on your Vishuddhi. If we can get rid of that sense that, we have to bear everything upon ourselves, there's no need for us to do that. And so that's why one element of the Vishuddhi is also the element of play, which is to be in a playful spirit, because in a play, you don't feel responsible for anything. Although you do the action, you do everything religiously, you'll follow the rules religiously, but you don't feel the responsibility. And so that's the play element that comes into picture when the Vishuddhi opens up.
Yeah, beautiful mention. Thank you everybody for such a deep answers, really. Yeah, thank you, Victoria, for your question. Thank you so much. See you. Bye. Hello, Faith. How are you? We want to see your cat. Or is it a dog? Can you unmute, please? One more try, please. No, it won't unmute. Let's try it again. Nope. Yeah, try to fix it, please. We'll come back to you. Oh, yeah.
Hi, can you hear
Hello.
me?
Yeah.
Hi. How are you?
Very good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
You muted again.
Unmute.
Okay, good. So, how are your sessions?
Can you hear me?
We can, a little breaking up, but we can.
My cat is here, and I just wanted to say that I think don't really have any questions, but I just wanted to say that my heart is really full tonight. I feel like I'm just glowing out of my heart, and I'm just listening to all the questions and everybody. I'm listening to all of the beautiful teachings and the leaders and everything that everybody is saying. And my cat is here with me, and she was meditating with me. So, or he, I keep saying she, but it's a he. His name is Romeo. So I'm just really full, and this is just so beautiful for me tonight. And it has been every night, but tonight it's just it's getting deeper, and it's getting into such a beautiful level. And I'm so grateful. So thank you. Thanks for
so
calling
much.
on me.
Yeah, I couldn't hold myself. When I see a cat or a dog, I have to call it on the screen. Yeah.
Faith, I have a parrot.
Sorry, did you hear me? Sorry, I think I may have lost you there.
Oh, we heard you. Yeah, we heard everything.
Faith, we heard everything. I just wanted to let you know that the thing that helps me to meditate the most, which is very embarrassing, is that when I meditate with my parrot, I go into my deepest meditations. I'm not sure exactly why. And the bird can be just running around, chewing on my fingers. It doesn't matter. I go into this joy, and it's inexplicable. So I think it's because animals have this innocence and this complete unconditional love that's so hard for human beings to give. So for me, animals are the best. I really love them.
True. Absolutely agree with that.
Definitely. Yeah. So he can meditate with me every night. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Faith, for your beautiful, kind words. We see your face is so shining and beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you
We're happy,
so much.
happy to see you. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm happy. Thank you. Bye. See you again.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Hello, Mrudula. Hello. Would you like to unmute? Hello.
Hello. I'm just
How are you?
listening to questions and chat. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very nice. How is your meditation going on?
Yeah, it is going good. Really nice. And I want to thank you all. Wendy.
Are you still here?
For the food talk and meditation too. And can you hear me?
Yes, please.
I think our internet connection is little bit, that's why. And Vivek, your meditation also, it was really nice and wonderful.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. But one thing is in me, like so many times I get a
We are losing her at the wrong moment.
question, and I think I should ask, but we can ask.
You might have to repeat yourself, Mrudulaji. We couldn't hear what you said just now.
Okay. What I was trying to say, I enjoyed the meditation so much. And
okay. The wrong time again.
So many times I get the question to ask in the front of everyone. I don't know. I feel I'm kind of shy, maybe a little bit of fear too. So I don't know how to overcome that. That is
just go for it.
One thing.
Just go for it. Don't care about shy and fear. Just go for it. We are like your family.
Okay. I had one question in my mind since last 3-4 days. In the beginning, the mantras we say, Twameva Sakshat, and I know this Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati, and Mahakali are related to our three
channels. Yes, they are.
But the other one, when we say, the other one, we say, Kalki Sakshat and Sahasrara Chakra Swamini, Moksha Pradayini. So, can you put little focus on that? I want to know real meaning behind that.
I see. Okay. So these are very deep Sanskrit mantras, and I have to address a very broad First of all, I'm sorry, I did not ask if anyone else wants to say something. Can I go ahead or?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, so first of all, so because we are addressing a very broad audience here, we have to make clear some terms. So these three mantras that we use in the beginning are mainly meant for the Sahasrara Chakra here. And it is mainly an address to the divine that you are the powers of these three channels, as Mrudulaji just told us, and also that you are the emancipating power. That is what moksha pradayani means, that you give us our liberation from all these thoughts, these emotions, and all these things. So we are really addressing the power of this seventh center, that you give us that, you give us that. That is what we are asking for. So that is what it means, moksha pradayani. That is what we say, that you give us the moksha. And the Mahakali, Mahalakshmi. These are, I am really sorry, I should apologize to people who are not familiar with Sanskrit. But these are just words to express the different qualities of the divine, that's all. And Sanskrit, the language, has a very rich history because it was developed with the vibrations in mind. That is, people who were connected to this source, they found out those sounds and those words and those terms that could resonate very well with the energy. Like, for example, you tried with the Om, right? The Om, that word itself resonates so much. So we have to use these Sanskrit words now and then. I hope that is not an issue for you, for others, I mean to say. And we will also teach you how to pronounce them. So don't worry about it too much. But just because she asked the question, we are in the beginning just invoking the energy of this seventh center. That's all it is. Does that answer your question?
I just wanted to know the meaning, but maybe this is not the right time. We can ask in the next level.
Probably.
The meaning of the Kalki and
Yeah, I think
that is okay. Maybe
each word.
I think
each word it may be
it
better.
deserves. I think
it deserves more explanation.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah.
We will cover that for sure.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
But it's a very deep question you have asked.
I just want to share my experience too. I have some more to ask and then share. This morning when I wasn't actually meditating, but I was listening to meditation, which is the eternal knowledge. I every day do that in the morning. So this morning I couldn't do, but I was just listening while I was doing some of my chores. And suddenly I felt tremendous pain on my neck, and then it went from my back again from here, and like that. I don't know what does exactly mean, something coming out of that blockages or something, but can you just put focus on that? What does it mean?
Sure. So when you feel these sudden pains out of nowhere, because our Kundalini is working 24/7, sometimes the deeper catches, they just suddenly come and go. So you may feel some sharp pain sometimes, not always. It just means that it's clearing out. There's nothing more to be said about it.
Yeah, but I feel a relief after that. So I was guessing that something came out, which is the blockage or something.
That relief means that yes, it was a blockage. That relief means that it was a blockage. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And one more question, like I'm very often I get a burning sensation in my tummy, which is about the navel portion.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you like to suggest for that one? I know I have BP and I'm taking the BP meditations and medications and the diabetes too for the sugar. So I know my right Swabishtan and I do ice pack. Although it is not every day, but I do that. So what would you like to suggest me for the burning sensation in my stomach?
Okay. Do you feel it on the right side of your stomach or the left side or in the center?
it's not in, it's in the abdomen, in the middle, not in the right or left.
Okay, so that means the Nabhi chakra you have to clear out. And best way to heal the Nabhi chakra is to use water in every way. So you can do your foot soak. Are you doing your foot soak daily?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
now we are
great.
doing here, but otherwise also I do.
Yeah.
Like we have a group of 10-12 people, so from Monday to Friday we do that. Yeah.
Okay, that's fantastic. So we can do that. The other thing is water that you can drink. So you can give these vibrations to the water, like we vibrate the foot soap water. Same way you can do to the water you drink. You can do that, vibrate it, and then drink it. And this vibrated water is something that we actually use a lot to clear out the Nabhi chakra. And the other part is the inner feeling. So we have to understand that we need to be satisfied. So when in meditation, we can say that, Mother, by your grace, I am satisfied with myself. And when we really put that into practice, usually people say, yeah, I am satisfied. I have everything. I have money. I have, house. I have food, everything. I am satisfied. But in our day-to-day interactions, the dissatisfaction emerges. Like we get irritated all of a sudden, or we just feel restless, or constantly we don't know what to do with ourselves. For example, I'm not saying these are necessarily the symptoms. So whenever such thoughts come up that, oh, I'm not satisfied, then we have to say that, Mother, I am satisfied with myself. Once that sense of satisfaction builds more and more, it will help. And also the food you eat, you can do the same thing over your food. You can just keep your right hand over your food and vibrate it so that you feel the cool breeze coming from your food, and then eat your food. So once you do that, that will also help your Nabhi chakra.
Okay. Thank you so much for all the answers. One quick last question. To do this one-on-one, if I wish to, is it only in the sessions or out of the sessions also possible?
So this one-on-one group will be like a WhatsApp group. So you can get in touch with your mentor, whoever that person is. And according to your convenience, you can arrange, because this will be during the week where we don't have any sessions, right? This will be during the break week. So you can talk to them, and based on their convenience, your convenience, you can arrange to do these meetings also.
Got it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for questions. And thanks for nice meditation.
Thank you. See you. Bye-bye.
Thank
so
you.
Everybody, once again, last chance for today to switch on the video and talk to us for a little bit. Otherwise, we'll move on. Okay, so we have Bina, right, with video. Hello, Bina. Can you unmute, please?
Vivek, today you are in totally different world, and thank you, Wendy. Thank you.
I'm still in that world. I'm still in that world.
I can see that. I can feel it. I can feel it, and you are giving us a lot of vibration. Everyone is great here. I just sent a message to you all. I thought.
Oh yeah, we are reading it. Such a beautiful message. Wow.
Thank you so much, guys. Like it feels that we are family forever. One big, large family. Thank you.
Hopefully, yes.
No, I'll be there for next course too. I mean, definitely. And awesome. I'll find someone in Toronto too. Hopefully in Toronto. Because of the COVID, everything is out of order. Life is right. So we don't know whether they'll start or not and where. I'll find it out.
Yeah.
I think you're a large number of people from Toronto there, no?
Yes.
Yeah, Toronto has a very big Sahaja collective. Yeah.
You know, I have a suggestion. I mean, don't laugh at me, please.
No, please.
All the people here can get together. We can go to some big beach or whatever it is, some park, and for 2-3 days, and have a peaceful, silent meditation and sending vibrations to each other and healing.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
I'm in. That sounds great.
Totally in. We'll see if we can organize something.
And then we can bring a lot of energy and give it to others.
Okay. Okay. Everybody come to Seattle.
Oh, if you are in Seattle, I can come there. So Seattle is the nice place. No
Yeah,
rain, no.
that's what I'm saying.
Bring an umbrella with you, though.
No. What
No,
are you
we can
saying?
put a, no, 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 no,
It's
no
sunny.
fighting. No, we can put a lottery and see which place. Where are the most people there? And the space and all. Like you guys are so smart people. You can arrange everything. You can.
Sure, we can. We would love to do something like that. That's a
Please
good
do it.
idea. If others are okay with it, we can try to do something like that
Divinely,
in the
Mother has
summer.
given me idea yesterday also in the morning when I was doing a meditation. I said, wouldn't we wonder if we have 3-4 days of workshop, silent workshop, no talking.
Great.
Okay.
You design this how it will work out.
Great idea. Thank you.
Thank
Dina.
you. Stay blessed, guys. Thank you. Looking forward
you
to
so
see you
much.
tomorrow.
Night.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, we got a few more video friendly guys. Hello, Azniv. How are you?
Raman, I think Larry has a question. So maybe we can go to Asneem after this.
Okay. Hello, Larry.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a question or a thought. I mean, I've really enjoyed every day, but I have to admit that some days I almost feel overwhelmed with all the different aspects of things. You know, they're all the different chakras and all the different tools that are out there and stuff. Is that kind of maybe normal to kind of feel almost overwhelmed with information every once in a while? Or?
Very much so. If others don't mind, yes, Larry, very much so. It is very normal to feel overwhelmed with all this information. We know we are throwing a lot at you. 21 days is actually, you are going at rocket speed, right? This usually takes like months to years for us to like ensure that people retain this information. So it is natural to feel overwhelmed, but it doesn't mean that you need to be like fluent with everything. Just do the simplest possible things you can do for your meditation at home. Just do that. You can feel this energy on your hands, feel it on top of your head. You're thoughtless. More than enough, I would say.
Can I just say one thing? You know, you don't need to understand electricity to turn the lights on. So you don't, all of this mental stuff about the chakras and how many petals they have and all the qualities and everything. You don't have to focus on all of that. You can just focus on feeling it, experiencing it. And what's really important is actually going beyond thought to quiet thoughtless awareness inside yourself. And if you're there, then you have plenty of time moving down the road to, understand more about the chakras and the qualities. The only reason we sort of focus on this a bit is that when you know what the qualities and the ways are to work on the chakras, sometimes it helps you experience more. The point is to feel more. And right now, all you need to do, I remember when I got pregnant, it was that same feeling. And I was like, thank God I don't have to know how to make this baby that's inside me. It's a living, spontaneous, innate, inborn thing that I know how to do. And Sahaj is like that. It's your birthright, and it's an absolutely living, spontaneous thing. And that's all. And you don't need to really know anything, really. You just have to.
I definitely am learning things, but it's I am learning a lot of things, and I'm starting to think, okay, am I keeping track of everything right? And I started thinking, okay, I don't need to be perfect. I don't need to know everything. I mean, there's many of you have had many years of gaining this knowledge. I don't need to do it all in 21 days and be perfect at the end. So.
And Shri Mataji, she over time, she just taught and taught and taught, and we listened to things and we imbibed it. But it wasn't like, okay, 21 days, we imbibed everything. It was over a long period of time, and she was a real master at teaching so much to us. It's shocking how much she taught, and it's not possible to learn it all or imbibe it all and in even a short period of time, because we can only learn and imbibe what we're ready, what our chakras are ready for us to imbibe. So there's things that are still like, my husband's very deep, and sometimes we'll be talking about some spiritual thing and I'll just go, because I feel really thick, because he's from England and that's where the spirit is, and he's just so deep. So, you are your own person. You're a certain kind of flower, right? You're not everybody is the same. We have our little special qualities to us. So you don't have to be good at everything or know everything. You just be good at being you, right?
And like how we have said before, it's your own mother with you that's guiding you all the time. She knows much more. And you don't have to like learn anything. Just like how a mother nourishes her child, she knows best what is good for you. So that's being
I guess I can think of it as, if she wants me to know it, I'll know it. And when she wants me to know it, I'll know it, and not worry too much about it.
Yeah, don't overstress yourself that I have to learn everything that they have taught me in 21 days, and 22nd day, oh, I have not learned. So it's not like that. Today maybe my vibrations are good, tomorrow and maybe I don't know where. So it's all dynamic again. We are all there together. It's not like.
And with the mentorship groups, if you sign up, you don't need to actually know. You can just ask on the group. You can just put your question whenever it comes to your head, and then someone will answer it for you. So yeah, don't feel like you need to remember all this, or no need.
Okay, well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Larry. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, Asneev. Can you? Yeah, unmute first.
Hello.
Hello.
Raman, you are amazing with names. My sister and I have complicated names, and you have the talent of getting our names.
It's so easy. Asneev, it's such an easy name.
For you, which is great.
So Garina is your sister, Asneev?
Sorry?
Garina is your sister?
Yeah, that's what I noticed. The same last name.
Same last names, I know, but still, okay, that's nice.
In Montreal, I'm in St. Louis, but we are following together. So it's a great pleasure for us. Thank you so much all for all the energy, all the beautiful things that you have given us. It's so incredible. There are no words, just gratitude to all who are putting their energy out here. Prateek, your voice is heavenly. It's so beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Asneev. And
one question, and I know it's getting late. I had a very nice conversation with Sia, and my question for her was, we are getting much more sensitive. We acquire more ways of sensing and being very sensitive to energy. So we are also, at least in my experience, I'm absorbing also other people's energy when it is not positive. So I would like to know, and Sia told me a few techniques, but are they particular things that we can, other than the bandhan, of course, to protect ourselves from absorbing the negative energy, because that's our own protection that we, I think, as we learn more, it would help us a lot. My second question, which is very quick, are there any written material by Shri Mataji or books that we can have as resources to go deeper and read on our own to be able to understand at a deeper level?
Wow, what two amazing questions, really. Prateek, would you like to tackle the first one?
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, Sia already told you about taking bandhan, and that's the main thing. You just keep yourself protected. And also other thing is, as you grow, eventually you will know how your attention is going. So main thing is attention becomes your own, kind of your own vehicle. Like wherever your attention goes, you tend to absorb and then get it back. But so just be try to be aware of the fact where is my attention going, and don't feel stressed out if you feel any catches or any chakras, anything. The kundalini is there with you to clear it out. So first thing is not to have any fear from it that you will absorb, and my God, next day you are going to be like something's going to happen to you. So remove that fear first, and then be aware of the fact that where is my attention, and then that will help. That will help.
Oh, my question came from a situation that I encountered someone who had negative state of being. That person, she was in a bad place. A person that I don't know, but I was in the same space, and she was physically even close to me. And the following day, that day I felt very bad. And then the following day I was physically ill.
Yeah, so there are different ways and methods like which we can do with one-on-one. We can share with you and help you out. There are a lot of different techniques that Shri Mataji has taught, and we as yogis do practice it. So we will be happy to share that with you one-on-one. Maybe not like.
Can I just say one thing, which is if you practice this witness state, right, that I was talking about, where you step back and you watch what's going on inside of you with another person. Eventually, if you stop reacting, when you react to another person, you're more likely to catch from them or to imbibe their energy. So you want to get this witness power going for you, and then you become like I mean, you just don't. I mean, you won't catch from it, and it's this beautiful thing because then they catch your beautifulness, and you don't catch their not so greatness, and you become this person. You create this environment around you, and you're also it's a protection as well. Does that make any sense? Like you get this what we call gravitas. It's a quality of the guru as well, where you become someone who is weighty, someone who has a presence. Like I've met people in India, like these really amazing. They never said a word, and I just knew that this was this great guru quality that they had. They had something, and you want to work on your mastery of this, because then you become the person who affects the things around you instead of being affected by them as much.
Thank you. That does make sense. And I don't want to negate what Sia had. She also told me about the candling technique, that after you have absorbed something, the candling would be able to help. But I wanted also to kind of share it with everyone, because it's just kind of the protection piece is.
Yeah. One thing that's really effective is to do your daily foot soak. It's the most basic step, but basics are the best. So
it's simple and potent.
Yeah, exactly. So if you can do your daily foot soak, it'll go a long way in protecting you and cleansing you from all this.
The great thing about a foot soak is, I was telling Linda that I shouldn't say it in front of everybody, which is you can't make a mistake with a foot soak. Right? You don't have to do anything. It doesn't have to be right. You just have water and take a whole handful of salt or a quarter of a cup of salt. Don't just put a tablespoon in there. You're trying to create the ocean in there. And if you're not feeling things getting pulled out, then put a little more salt in, probably not enough salt. And then you just put your feet in there, because I've had all kinds of crazy things happen. Like I've had emergency phone calls and whatever in the middle of it. And at the end, I still cleared out, which made me think, thank goodness, I don't have to do it. It just works.
The power of the discipline. Beautiful.
Well, and the power of those earth elements. I don't know if you've got to try going to the ocean or to a body of water, a lake or a river or something, put your feet in it. And the power of foot soaking in nature is beyond. It's just incredible.
My sister and I are trying to get to an ocean very soon.
Yeah, well, we have your sister right here, actually.
If you make it to LA, let us know. Let me know.
Her sister is on the call. Have you gone to an ocean in Montreal?
It's our dream, and we're going to make it happen. And then everybody's welcome to come and visit us.
Well, I can say for sure that it's so lucky that you sisters and both came to this course. It's very, very lucky thing to have. Yeah, it will improve all the relationships, everything.
We're lucky to have you. to have the team that is dedicating time and energy and this beautiful, beautiful presence. Your presence is what makes this beautiful.
Yeah, we're trying our best. Thank you so much. And the second question about the books, we will share for everybody, I think in WhatsApp groups, we have materials and we will share it for you to explore for, on your free time. Right? I think technical
Yes,
team is
we can
agreeing.
do that. And Shri Mataji herself has written one book that's meant for everyone, the whole world. It's called Meta Modern Era. You can find it on Amazon on Kindle. It's really cheap. The money is just for the printing and publishing costs. We don't make any profit off of these books. But yeah, it's a deep. It's written for everyone, so it's really accessible language, but it's very deep, and so it's going to challenge some of our ways of thinking. But if we can stick with it, it'll yield its fruits. All right, Raman, go ahead.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, it's definitely super deep book, but maybe at this point it can create lots of questions. You know what I mean? It's way too sophisticated in a way. It goes to very deep depths. So yeah, we'll compile the materials that are good for this stage, and slowly, gradually, we'll probably expand it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Asnif.
Do we have some books that have simple quotes of Shri Mataji? Because some of the more inspiring ones, I think there maybe we should see if there's something like that.
That's what we're gonna do.
Linda might have. She's the resource for this one.
Yeah, I did type it in the chat. There's a book called The Journey Within, and we can, I think it's Lulu Press. We'll give you the information, look it up to be sure. But this is a beautiful compilation of Shri Mataji's talks. And it's really about what it's like to be a seeker and how Sahaja Yoga can fulfill your seeking. It's a very beautiful book. So.
Thank you, Linda, for the information.
Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you, Asnif.
I'd just like to, for those who are here, give a shout out to Linda because she has been pulling many strings together and working on the content and the development of this 21-day program. And I personally am very grateful to her because I feel like I've grown a lot. I'm someone I'm good with one-on-one or, a few people in a room and like being in front of this, 300, I don't know, the first time was 350 devices. It was a stretch but I feel like I've grown and it's because of her and my dear friend. So to say that.
Not at all.
Thank you, Linda, for all your help to this program.
I have one quick question. Sorry to interrupt you. What can we do to, you guys have done so much for us. What can we do for you guys?
Just show up. Just show up, nothing more. Just show up.
Linda is so patient and she's always smiling. There is not even none of Sahaja Yogi's face is there any stress or tension doing so many people are there in this workshop, Wow.
The best thing you can do for us is to keep going deeper in Sahaja Yoga. That is all we want from you.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
And eventually you can give this realization to other people. And that's the thing that will make us feel.
My goal is. But first I have to train myself.
You have to be established first. That's the trick, But it won't take that long. And eventually you'll be able to. It's such a joyful thing. It's like one candle lighting another candle. And it doesn't mean that the candle that's lit is better. We're all connected. We're all equal. So you just light someone else's candle, right?
No, they say Jyot se Jyot jala prem ki ganga baha. That's what I felt here. That's what I felt here.
I would just like to translate what she said in Hindi. It just means that with one light you can enlighten another light, and that the river of love you can keep on letting it flow. Sounds better in Hindi. English the translation is terrible, but that's what it means.
Very good translation, I think.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Hiran, you had your video on for some time. I must give you prime time.
No, I just want to thank you guys.
very good session, and the effort you guys have put in for last 20 days is great. And I enjoyed the journey with you guys. I just wanted to share my experience. Like I woke up early morning at 5. I did my meditation, and I felt so calm. But then I felt like sleeping, and I slept, and I could not wake up. Like I got like one of the best sleep I ever had after the meditation I did. So that's the experience which I'm like going. I'm trying to change. I'm not a morning person, but trying to see if I can wake up early and do my meditation.
You can. We know you can. Yeah, thank you for this experience. It's true that after a morning meditation, the sleep is very good. Like after any meditation, to be honest. Thank you, Hiran. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, Wendy, go ahead.
I was waving goodbye.
Okay, got it.
Irina would like to say something. Maybe.
Oh, hello, Irina. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Yeah,
Hello.
just a very small observation about the energy, and when we are not capable of doing something which we kind of say, oh, I'm not a morning person, oh, I can't do this because I've never done it. And I'm not a morning person as well. And my kids were in the middle school, and it starts much later. And this year I had to get up at 6 in the morning to get them ready and everything. I was a little bit dreading, thinking, how am I gonna every day wake up and drop them, drive them 1 hour? And I still don't know how it happens, but when I have to drop them, I'm up and running and everything is working well. When I know my husband can take care of them or I'm on vacation, I can't wake up. And that is somehow the magic of our responsibility. It is, if we need to do something and we tell this energy, please help, it works out. How? Don't ask me, because I am living in this still question mark, of 7 months. How do I do it? I don't know. You just ask, and you just know that you need to do it, and that's it. That's how you do it.
That's true. And very often, actually, Kundalini works as a alarm clock very easily. If you have really pure desire to wake up for meditation, she will help very much. And just you just wake up without any alarm. That's also, many Sahaja yogis can testify for that.
I'll tell you a funny story. My husband has to get up at 3:30 in the morning to work a very early shift, and he drives an hour to work. So he's up at 3:30 to have his meditation and everything, cup of tea, and he's English, and then he goes to work. And he doesn't want to wake me up because I obviously don't get up at 3:30. And he has gotten to he sets his alarm every day, but the man wakes up. I never wake up because he wakes up spontaneously and not to disturb. So I have this feeling you do this effortlessly because you're a mother and you love your children. And I think he does it effortlessly because he's a fantastic husband and he loves me. So I think we have powers, and I think we manifest them when we love others sometimes.
That's true. Very true. Very beautiful story, Wendy. Thank you so much. Okay, Doc. We'll move on to Garine and we'll finish this session very soon. Hello, Garine. Just a few words. How are you doing?
Thank you all for everything. When I ended the meditation, I was not feeling well, like I was so emotional. But thank you very much. They helped me a lot. I went on one-on-one. Really appreciated and gratitude for all of you. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We had a beautiful talk with your sister. So now we have all your family almost here.
Yeah, we are all family. We are all one family, remember?
Yeah, I do.
So we'll meet.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
much.
much.
You have a beautiful smile and God bless you.
I think we all do have beautiful smile. But thank you. Yeah, thank you so much.
Welcome.
See you.
We're lucky. See you. Thank you. Thank
See
you. Bye.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
before we move on to a final short meditation, Can we pull the slide with the Google form again, just to make sure we all do this? Hey, tech team, where are you? Please help me
Sleeping.
out. Yeah, looks like they're sleeping. Anyway, oh yeah, we have a link in the chat. So after we finish, please go ahead and fill out this form for the mentors during the break between the new chapter of this course. We really need this information, so that's important. And yeah, once again, we are having last day tomorrow and extra day on Saturday, which is going to be a workshop. We really recommend you all to attend it on Saturday. So that's it for today. Before we finish, we'll do a short meditation. Wendy, would you like to conduct a very short one? Oh, very on time, tech team. Thank you so much.
Also, Raman, you can just tell them that this form will be shared with them through the WhatsApp as well.
Yes. I'm telling you that this form will be shared with you in a WhatsApp. Yeah. I hope everybody heard me and Ruchira. Okay, Wendy, would you like to do a short meditation, please? Just unmute yourself first. Thank you.
We'll just do a very short meditation on the witness state, which I meant to do during my section, but actually I have a clock over here and I was timing the time and I ran out of time, so I didn't do it. So we'll do it now. One of the things you can do is it's about bringing your attention inside. So we'll just take a second, close our eyes, bring our awareness completely inside and watch what's happening within us. So it's not important. We might be having some thoughts or feelings. We might feel fantastic. It's not important what's going on. What's important and what's powerful is that we're watching it. So now let's just take a moment as if we are above ourselves, watching ourselves sitting in our seat, watching any physical discomfort, any thoughts, any feelings. We're watching that from a distance. Now, before we end and many of us go to bed, let's raise our Kundalini. Just raise it up. And just check with our hand above our head, 4 or 5 inches above the top of our head. The right hand. Sometimes one hand's more sensitive. We can try the left hand. And we might just feel the flow of the energy. And then to give ourselves a bandhan as well. This is a great thing to do before we sleep.
Thank you so much, Wendy. Very beautiful to finish with a meditation before sleeping.
Shri Mataji described that that's actually how she sees things all the time. I've sort of tried it and I found that it worked for me. So I don't know if it works for you too, but
works very much.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Please make sure you fill out the form once again. We'll spread it in WhatsApp groups as well. And yeah, thank you for joining. It was a beautiful, beautiful meditation. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Thank you. Namaste.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Good